Hi guys, Rose here with The Cackling Moon. This is going to be a deck review video. Many of you have already probably seen this deck, but I am so excited to have been able to home all 3 editions. So it is a 3-edition deck. It is the Oracle of Oddities. I have a really cute pouch that I keep it in, which I think is so fitting for it because it's kind of one of those like creepy decks. And so it has like a cute little Ouija pouch like this, and the deck itself is 90 cards. They are 30 cards each for each edition, so the first, second, and third, but all together it is a 90 card deck, which is a beautiful, nice chunky deck to work with. I have it with me every single day, and I have grown to love this deck so much. So let me get the website for you so you could see where you could purchase this guy. Okay, so if you go to Black and the Moon on Instagram, Black and the Moon, Claire does the deck. She's created it. She is amazing. Her decks are beautiful. She also has the Antique Anatomy Tarot, and she has like Astrology Oracle, something like that. So her Oracle of Oddities, the first edition, is completely out of print. There was only like a couple hundred that she put out, so I'm really grateful for having it. Her second edition is still available for purchase, I believe, but that one eventually will go out of print too. And then of course the third edition, you can, it was open for pre-order, so now I believe you can actually order it and get it. So the second and the third edition can both be mixed in together. Actually, the whole deck can be, but yeah, it's just beautiful. I'm excited to have all 3. So they all have the same backs, okay? It's like a dark green color. So they all have the same backs, and you can mix them all together. And the cards themselves are like really vintage looking, and you have like these gorgeous pictures of the skulls and skeletons and flowers, and it's just a beautiful combination in my opinion. I felt like it really just resonated with my style and my whole what I like. It also comes with a phrase. So this one is anxiety. As you can see, it says anxiety. And the photo is beautiful. They are very intuitive. They do not come with a guidebook. It is all intuitive. You just read however you feel. But yeah, so I'm going to put the camera down a little bit so you guys can see the table. But basically, these cards are gorgeous. There's 1 or 2 repeats, I want to say. There's the voice card. This one is a repeat. So there's 2 cards in the deck that have the same image and everything. But I leave them in there anyway because why not? Maybe for a client, if the voice card came up twice, it would just be an indication that they are not listening. They're not speaking their truth, you know, that kind of thing. Look at this one. This is Lust. Beautiful. So these cards, they are just, they never cease to amaze me. They are constantly giving me amazing readings. I have, like I said, I bring them to the shop when I go give readings in person to clients. People don't usually get grossed out by them. I've actually had some of my clients say, you know, they really like the imagery. It looks really cool. It's different. It's something that they've never seen before, that kind of thing. It's very simple. So the backgrounds of the cards are like just a real vintagey color, like an off-white, dirty white, but just simple, very simple, and just the images really speak to you. It's just, you develop your own meanings and interpretations for the deck. So it's definitely a favorite. I'm not going to show all of them because there's 90 cards. That would take forever. But like I said, you could check out her website, and I believe you could still order the second edition. I believe for sure you could order the third edition, but once it's done, it's done. She is not going to be reprinting. So I do suggest, if you want at least the third edition, to snag it. But like I said, the first edition is completely out of print. The only way you can get a copy of a first edition is if you find somebody who is willing to sell their copy. But like I said, I think there was only like 300 or 500. It was like something really crazy like that were sold, and that was it. She never did a reprint. She wasn't planning on doing a reprint. So it was like, you miss it, you missed it. And I think that just that makes it more special, because you're not going to find this deck being used by a lot of readers. It's not going to become, you know, a super, you know, a mainstream kind of a deck. I feel like this is like one of those gems that is like one of a kind. So if you are into the skeletons and you are into like that vibe and you love flowers, it is definitely a deck to have. She also added in her third edition chakra cards. So as you can see, this is the heart chakra. So beautiful. So the chakra cards, actually, they all look the same except for the chakra itself. So here's the throat. So you can tell the heart, the throat. Really, just really amazing. See, here's the second voice card. But I leave them both in there because to me it's like, if it pops up, it means something for that client. I'm not picky. Here's the solar plexus chakra. So very beautiful. I'm definitely a fan. I love this deck. One thing that I did that people will probably think I'm crazy for, but like I said, I've said it many times, I'm one of those readers where I am not very picky about, you know, making sure my cards don't get bent. I love to shuffle my deck. I love to give it lots of love. I know one day this deck is going to be completely worn in because I use it almost on a daily basis. But that's just how it is. I'm just one of those people. But what I did was I actually wrote down, you could see it really right there, right in the corner, I wrote down a small number to indicate which edition the card was from. So all of my first editions will have a little 1 in the corner. And then like my second edition has a tiny little 2. And I did it in just a black Sharpie. And my third editions have a 3. Just so that I can tell them apart if I wanted to separate them, or if I wanted to kind of see the differences in her editions. So I did separate, you know, I mean, I did write that in there just for my own personal use, but you can't really tell unless you're really looking at it that it's there. So see, no biggie. I don't know. People will probably think, oh my gosh, you wrote on your cards, but it's really not a big deal, at least in my opinion. So yeah, this is the Oracle of Oddities. I highly recommend it. Like I said, check out Black and the Moon. You can see her on Instagram. Check out her website. I will put the link to her website in this description box if you are interested in checking out her cards. But if you do find these cards, you know, they just speak to your soul and you feel really attracted to them, I highly recommend purchasing the third, even the second edition, if you can get your hands on it now, because once they're gone, they are gone. So yeah, this is the Oracle of Oddities. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.